Hi, today we're doing the song Is He Worthy by Andrew Peterson. There are a lot of different ways you can interpret this, and so we'll talk about the different ways. I'll tell you the one I'm probably going to do in church tomorrow, and realize that this is done for my church's sign language class, and I know who my audience is. You need to know your audience in choosing signs sometimes, because if there are multiple interpretations. So I saw some people doing this song online, and some do it in a purely beautiful ASL fashion, which is lovely, but ours is congregational singing, and we tend to stick closer. We do some ASL, but it's also we try to do it more in the English order, because for the congregational singing that just works better for us. And so let's get started. All right, so first of all, this is a song with a lot of questions. And so one thing you might want to do is put a questioning look on your face when you're signing a question, or you could put a little question mark at the beginning or the end of the sentence. One thing you don't want to do is sign the word do, like when do you feel the world is broken. You don't want to do you feel, because this do is actually, the do in the song is actually a helping verb. And the answer to the question is we do. And if you would answer that question with a full sentence, it's we do feel the world is broken. So the actual verb is feel. And we don't want to answer we feel, right? So, but we don't want to answer we do, because that's a helping verb. And we don't use helping verbs in sign language unless you want to be real specific, if you're teaching school children and you're trying to get them to know English or whatever. So you don't want to do the word do. This do is for if you're actually doing something, or I'm going to do it. Okay, so reserve this for actually doing. Some people do it this way. I do it that way, but we're not doing it at all in this song, because we're not doing something. Do is a helping verb every time it's in this song. So so for do you feel the world is broken, if you want to start with a question mark, you can, or put a questioning look on your face. That would be good. So the you can do that or leave it out, and you could make the you pointing straight at you, or you could make it more like a y'all type you. Do you feel the world is broken? And we're leaving off is broken. And then the responses we do. For any of the responses, probably the easiest thing to do is yes. Yes, we do. Okay. In some of the verses, there are some other things that you could do, but for the we do, I would just say yes. And that's probably the easiest to do the whole way through the song. But anyway, so do you feel the world is broken? Yes. Yes. Okay. Do you feel the shadows deepen? So again, you can put the you, or you can leave that out. Do you feel the shadows? Now, the way I've done shadows forever, and I got it from my book. Let me show you this book. This is an American Sign Language dictionary. And so I like the shadow that is shown in here. I looked up shadow on the internet, and I saw a number of different ways to do shadow, and sometimes it depends on the context too. But the way I'm going to do shadow is where you take dark, or this is the sign for black, and then it's like over this area. So black, and then over the area, that's shadow, and that's the shadow I'm using. So you could just do darkness for that instead of doing any of the shadow signs. So do you feel the shadows deepen? And again, we do. But do you know that all the dark won't stop the light from getting through? So you can put in the but, or you can leave it out, whatever you want. So you could actually just start this with no, because if you don't have time, rather than trying to rush through, just leave out a few unnecessary words. So but you know that, I'm going to leave out the word that. This is that, but it's not necessary. So you could say, that all the dark. For won't stop, you could say either not stop or can't stop. Either one, take your pick. The light, now you could, this next part, the light from getting through, you could do it in strict signed English, or I'm probably going to do it a little bit differently, so I'll show you both ways. So the light, this is the light. So you could say from, coming, instead of getting, that would make sense to do getting, coming through. You could do that. What I think I want to do is won't stop the light, and then show it coming through this way to me. So it won't stop the light from coming through. And I think I prefer that to the, from coming through, which, your choice, right? Know your audience, know what they would like. Okay. Do you wish that you could see it all made new? So, do you wish? This is wish or desire or hungry. You just do it once. Do you wish that you could see? Don't ever sign it. This is it. Deaf people think that's ridiculous that we even have a sign for it. Okay, never. I would never sign that to a deaf person. I would only use it if I was trying to teach English to a deaf child or something. So do you wish that you could see it all? And then for made new, there is a sign for made, and then this is new. Made should only really be used when you're actually making something, and it would apply in this, because if you're making the world new, you're making it. Don't use the sign for made when something is not actually being made, if it's being used in some other context. I think in this case, I would prefer to do it all become new. Do you wish that you could see it all become new? That's what I would plan to do. Made would work in this case, so use that if you like that. Okay, and then of course we do. And you can make an appropriate expression. Okay, is all creation groaning? So, now these questions start with is rather than do. So you could use the word is if you wanted, but I'm still going to leave it out. Put a questioning mark on my face or do a question mark. So is all for it. Now I've seen different ways to do creation. Some people just do this, but we've got world and we've got use for universe, and so I've always done C's for creation. So make it the world sign with a C's. So is all creation groaning? Now I couldn't find a sign for groaning in either my dictionary or online, but I did see somebody interpret a verse in Romans that used the word groaning, and basically, so what I saw him do, and I think is pretty good, is to kind of show your face in a very sad, groaning fashion with pain. It's like, like that. So is all creation groaning? Okay, now for it is, for we do, we just did yes, and for it is, you could just do yes too. You could do yes throughout the whole song. But if you want to, you could say truly. Now, this is kind of the generic sign for is. The be verbs has be coming out from the mouth, that's be. An A coming from the mouth would be am. An R coming from the mouth would be ARE, that be verb. Hope you understand the be verb and its conjugations. Okay, so and then is would be an I coming out from the mouth. So, but when you do this, that's like a generic for all the be verbs. It could mean any of them, and it could also mean truly or indeed or verily. And so you could say truly, is all creation groaning? Truly. Or you could just say yes. So take your pick. Is a new creation coming? So again, questioning mark on your face. New creation coming? Either yes or truly. Take your pick. Don't do it is. I wouldn't do it is. I wouldn't use it for anything. Okay. Is the glory of the Lord to be the light within our midst? So again, questioning look. Is the glory of the Lord to be? Here I'm using the be verb, to be. Or you could do future for that, actually. Is the glory of the Lord in the future going to be the light within our midst? So future light, you could do that. Within, you could do the with first and then the in, but you could just do in our. So remember, the flat hand is possessive. So you've got we coming across from shoulder to shoulder. You've got a you for us coming across. You've got a flat hand. Flat hand is always possessive, yours and mine. So there's your our, O-U-R, our midst. And for midst, I'm coming down into the middle of my palm, like that, midst. So is the glory of the Lord to be the light within our midst? Is it good that we remind ourselves of this? Is it good that you could skip the we, remind ourselves, this is self, yourself, myself, ourselves, of this. You could do the word this, or you could kind of do this, or you could even throw in the word all. All this? Is it good? Is it good that we remind ourselves of this? It is, or it is. Okay, running out of time, so we will do the next verses in another video.